Hey there, and welcome to my lazy review of this new movie, If, or it's IF, however you want to say it, but it's directed by John Krasinski, the guy from The Office, and also the director of A Quiet Place, and starring Ryan Reynolds. Now, after watching the trailer, I'm like, yeah, a kid's film. I'll probably check it out one day. I'm not in a big rush to see it, but after hearing some mixed things, and my friend Tyler, whenever you see this dude, he's like, you know what, I kind of liked it, so I'm like, hey, Tyler usually has a pretty good, opinion in movies, so I figured, you know what? I'm not paying for it thanks to my good old Regal app, and let's just check it out. I'm not sure what to expect. I mean, the trailer was kind of okay. I mean, I'm not sure I'm the target audience, but I do like Ryan Reynolds, and yeah, I guess it's about Ryan Reynolds being an older guy. He sees imaginary friends, and he has his 12-year-old little sidekick, and who knows what to expect, but hey, I'll check it out, and as always, give my honest opinion, so yeah, I'll be right back. But before I get into my review, do me a favor, please enjoy my intro. Alright, I am back, and now what is going on with this movie, If or IF, however you want to say it. Also, hey, I got some leftover Pepsi for my good old Regal cup, and now,
And that's what you're gonna sell out for.
for a film that's considered targeted towards kids or a light family comedy or slash drama, the first 20 to 25 minutes is pretty goddamn dark. Since John Krasinski is a director, he also plays in this movie the dad, and the opening is a montage. And now John has no problem tugging on the heartstrings because the daughter, her name is B, and we have a mother, and they're just playing a piano, and it's all emotional. And pretty early in, about 5 minutes in, the mom dies of cancer, and I'm like, damn.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Fast forward some time, and now B is 12 years old. Well, she goes visit her dad. Now, her dad, John Krasinski, he needs a heart surgery, and his heart surgery may kill him. And I'm like, damn.
This is depressing.
I was almost laughing, like, boy, this is a pretty damn depressing kids movie. A little while after, she ends up seeing this character called Blossom, played by Phoebe Waller Bridge. And hey, you know what? Indiana Jones 5 sucked. I don't care. Just let's move on. After that, she's introduced to Ryan Reynolds' character, and Ryan Reynolds plays a character called Cal. Cal is an older guy. He's pretty jaded, and to his credit, he doesn't play his usual Ryan Reynolds self. It's just that's take it or leave it, right? But for some strange reason, he can see these imaginary characters, these imaginary friends. Also, pretty early on, we're introduced to this character called Blue. Blue is voiced by Steve Carell. Also, why is he purple? Well, apparently his kid was colorblind, and okay. But something's going on with B, and there's small hints of dialogue here and there, but it's something special about her because why can only she see these creatures because other kids can't? Also, why is Ryan Reynolds as an adult also able to see these creatures? It doesn't make sense right now, but essentially, she doesn't like seeing these things. She wants out, and you know what? What they're trying to do is Ryan Reynolds, Cal, he's trying to help these imaginary creatures get back to new kids because apparently, most kids, sorry, not most kids, all kids did at some point have imaginary friends, but they grew out of it. It's almost akin to maybe Toy Story, Monsters Inc., where it's not a new trope, but the whole little kids need a certain character in their life and just eventually they grow out of it. And that's pretty much the entire plot of the film, and you can see it in the trailers. It's got some humor in the sense that Ryan Reynolds is just tripping over things. You're seeing different kinds of imaginary creatures, and I mean, I don't want to spoil something, but I would say for me, halfway into the film, there's a big plot twist and a big spoiler that some people wouldn't see coming, and then into the third act, they actually do pay everything off. And a spoiler, it's like, oh shit, I'm an idiot, and even I saw it coming, but I was also pleasantly surprised. And so that's all I can say for the spoilers because I don't want to ruin it. Everything has an explanation who Cal is, where he came from, why he's so important. And let me get into my three lazy questions. Now, question number one off the bat: did I like the film? I can tell you guys that I wouldn't say that I loved it, but I did enjoy a lot of it. Mainly because, you know what, it could be me being a dad or just me being a sob and an idiot for these types of films. But yes, I did enjoy films like Monsters Inc. Also, who doesn't love Toy Story? Even films like Up and Inside Out. There's not a lot of comedy in the film that I think even little kids would like. And you know what? I mean, it's like Ryan Reynolds is obviously top billing. And of course, little kids, you want to see Steve Carell be this big blue character. and the trailers and promotions would have you think that, it's all about Ryan Reynolds in blue. Truth be told, the character of Bee, she's 99% of the film. It's mostly her eyes and her story. Yes, the other characters are there, but not as much as you may think, and I don't see it being like a timeless classic, but, for the messaging that it has, I did have a good time and I did enjoy it a lot, alright? But on to question number 2, would I recommend that you see this movie? I'm not going to lie to you, I think this is one of the films where, obviously, whenever you talk about a kid's film, a certain point, none of us, we are not the target audience. But how does something like, say, Minions or Despicable Me or Cars, or just how do you keep adults entertained? I could see a film like this not appealing to most adults. It's really one of the films where if you have kids, it's going to appeal to you. And the character of Bee, she's 12 years old. The way that these characters are written and the way they react with the environment and the kind of imaginary friends that they are, kids eventually do grow out of having imaginary friends. I could see the target audience being like 12 years old and below, middle school kids, grade school kids. Most high schoolers probably wouldn't like it. There's not like a ton of like slapstick comedy. It's more of like, kind of a drama, a couple of cutesy moments here and there. But yeah, it's like, I wouldn't recommend most adults seeing this film, only if you're a dad, and damn sure if you have a daughter, I could see certain aspects of the film really touching you. And I could tell you one thing, I don't care, I'll say it. There's a certain part in the third act where I just busted out fucking crying. I'm not gonna lie, during this one scene between Bee and her dad.
You're a pussy.
We have a young girl, we have a daughter. She worships her father. Her dad may die from his heart surgery. And she has this one scene where she's talking to her dad and she's crying and she's holding his hand and like, Daddy, I love you, and Daddy, I need you. And I'm like, John Krasinski, yes, he's pulling at all the heartstrings, but hey, it is what it is. It worked on me. So, now down to question number 3. Do I think that this movie, because Regal, I didn't pay for it, do I think that's worth your hard-earned money? For most people, no, you're not going to get much out of this. And even for most parents, I would say that hold off for a matinee. Because here, look, the bottom line is this. If you have a mother and a father and 2 kids, and you go see this movie on a Friday night, you're blowing like 60, 70 bucks. It's not a complicated film, but it's a good, solid family film. It's not a great film. It's just okay, but I think if you have kids, go check it out for a matinee, okay? And that's pretty much all I can say about it.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
As I always do, I have to rate every single film I talk about. This one is no different. How do I rate If Imaginary Friends, starring Ryan Reynolds, directed by John Krasinski? It's very simply put, a decent family film.
It's fun for the whole family.
I will see you guys later. As I always do, I have to check my watch. I'm friggin' busy. Let me grab Bender, and you know what? I'll see you later. Cheers.
This calls for a drink.
Oh yeah, everybody needs one of these.
It's called a catchphrase.
As always, I have to edit this and then head back to work.